So let's talk about the fabric first. I have two different fabrics for this project. The first one is a polyester blend. I bought it at Joann. As you can see, I really like the softness of this fabric. If I stretch it crosswise, it has a little bit of stretch, but if I stretch it lengthwise, it almost nothing. So this is my first one. The second one is more heavy one. I think it's a suit weight fabric, and I think I'm going to make the black side as my right side, and the red side is going to be my wrong side. If I stretch this fabric crosswise, it has just a little bit of stretch and like zero if I stretch it lengthwise. So these are my two fabrics, and I'm going to make two skirts this time. Okay, time is 1:05 p.m. This is my drawing. As you can see, my waist circumference is 31.5 inches and my length is 23.5. This is how my pattern will looks like. So if you look at the top curve, this is going to be my waistline, and the bottom curve is going to be my hemline. And I need to make two of these. Okay, so this is how I draw my pattern, just to give you an idea. So A, B, and C letters on the top are representing the measurements. So A, B is going to be the radius, which we're going to calculate just in a minute, and B, C is the length of my skirt. So how we calculate the radius? In order to make a half circle skirt, we need to get our waist circumference divided by half and multiplied by 0.64. This is how I calculate half circle skirt radius. So my waist circumference is 31.5 inches. I rounded my waist circumference up to 31 inches because this is actually the closest measurements. So the formula is 31 inches divided by 2, it's 15 inches. Then I grab my 15 inches and multiply it by 0.64, and I will get 9.92 or 978 inches. Well, my radius, which is AB, is 9 7/8 inches. If you have this book, Pattern Making Fashion Design, on the page 290, you can find a chart with where you can find the measurements for radius for the full circle skirt, for the half circle skirt, for 3/4 circle skirt, and etc. So as you can see, I grabbed my measurements 31, which is the first column, and it's my waist circumference. And on the third column, which is the half circle skirt radius measurements, is the same measurements, 9 inches, 9 7/8 inches. If you don't have this book, it's okay. Just simply go online and type in the search box something like half circle skirt radius, or how to find half circle skirt radius, and you'll find a lot of information, different images of the charts or the formula how to calculate it, or simply use my formula. Once again, you need to take your waist circumference divided by half and multiply the result by 0.64, and it will give you the radius for the half circle skirt. Time to cut our skirt. As you can see, I'm not going to use any paper pattern this time. I'm going to draw my skirt right on the fabric. So lay your fabric down. Make sure you maintain your grain lines. And in order to find the cross grain line, I'm going to show you the little trick. So I usually pull off one of the threads, which is the cross grain thread, And this way I can see it exactly where is the cross grain threads, line placed. That's how it looks like. Okay, I'm going to put my fabric uh, down and I grab my measuring tape and now I'm going to place my first measurement, which is the radius. And my radius is 978 inches. Okay, I mark the first mark. Then I move my measuring tape in the circular motion and I place the second one and the third one and the fourth one. This is how we create our waistline. Yes, it goes this way and let me show you how it looks like. Here we go. This is going to be my waistline and it looks like a curve. Okay, I'm going to mark my waistline using a chalk and actually I'm using the dry soap instead of chalk. If you never heard about this trick, here is the secret. If you don't have any chalk, you can use the dry soap. Okay, right now I'm going to place my second measurement, which is my skirt length, and it's 23.5 inches. Oh, actually, before I do so, I want to double check how long actually my waistline will be. I finger walk my measuring tape and I double check my um, drawing. Yes, yes, it looks exactly 15 inches and a half, and thus half inch will be my seam allowance. Okay, now I'm ready to place my length. So this is 23 inches and a half, the first mark. Okay, I'm thinking, yes. Okay, next, the second mark is 23.5 inches as well. Okay, I need to move my paper away and reposition my camera so you can see it better. Okay, the third mark. And as you can see, I'm not placing this measurement from the corner. I'm using my waistline, previously placed my waistline as my guideline. Okay, so either way works. You can use your measuring tape either one or the other way, as long as you place 23.5 inches, which is my skirt length. Okay, I'm going to mark my hem line, and after that, I will place the second line, which is going to be my seam allowance or my hem line. Okay, so once again, double check the waist line measurements. I want to make sure that I have enough for seam allowance. So slowly finger walk your measuring tape along the waistline. Okay, once again, I'm going to mark my seam allowance so I remember how much I've placed it here. Okay. And okay, this way is going to be my skirt length. I'm just gonna look at the lines, see if I like everything. Double check in the middle. Yes, it's okay. I'm ready to cut. Okay, this time I'm going to use my rotary cutter. Okay, I'm just kind of overlook the lines. If something wrong, I can fix it. And let's cut it. It looks like everything is good. So I'm going to use my rotary cutter. It's just faster and I will get the clean lines. I really like to use the rotary cutter. Not all the time, but yeah, sometimes I like it. I kind of old-fashioned. I prefer to cut everything with my scissors though. Okay, so the hemline, and I already marked my seam allowance. I know it's kind of hard to see from this angle, but it's in there, trust me. So I cutting the hemline, and now I kind of don't like the my left seam, so I'm going to clean the edge to make it straight. Okay, looks better now. And I think yes, I found a little angle right there, so I wanted to clean this line as well. Okay, yes, you need to like all lines before you start sewing. So I always try to clean all edges probably. Okay, so this is how my front piece looks like. I really like it. Okay, I want to flip it. So because the black side is going to be my front side. Yes, I like it. I like the flow. I like the shades. Yeah, I like it. So this is my waistline. Okay, let's cut the back side.